Okay, so picture the scene. It's November 23rd, 2025, Los Angeles.
Right.
The atmosphere is just electric. It's the grand finale of Sabrina Carpenter's massive 70-date short and sweet tour.
And the whole night, it's all building to one specific moment.
Exactly. The ritual. Her signature bit where she stops the whole show to arrest a celebrity guest.
All tour long, this was the thing.
Yeah, out come the fuzzy pink handcuffs, and she sings Juno to whoever she decides is, quote, too hot.
And the expectation for this finale was just at a fever pitch. I mean, the celebrities have been getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, totally. The last few LA shows, she had SCA, Maya Rudolph, even the Fanning sisters. So every single camera is flashing. Everyone's holding their breath, waiting for this final, ultimate A-list cameo.
But when the arrest cam finally finds its target, it's not a movie star, not a pop singer.
It's the biggest diva in history. It's a pig.
Miss Piggy.
Join me, Jordan, and you, Jamie, as we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals.
From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
You've been listening to Starscope Report.
Welcome to the deep dive. So we're looking at how this absolutely shocking Miss Piggy and Sabrina Carpenter crossover happened.
And it wasn't just some funny last-minute idea.
No, not at all. This moment, this viral explosion, was the perfectly calculated promotional launch for Disney's very high-stakes revival of The Muppet Show.
Our mission today is to really unpack how a single, suggestive tour stunt became the perfect marketing machine for a legacy IP that, frankly, desperately needs a new audience.
Oh, it was a conversation starter for all 70 dates. It was built for social media with that sort of self-aware humor.
And they escalated it perfectly. By saving the biggest names for the LA shows, they guaranteed every entertainment news outlet was watching that final night.
They needed more than just a big celebrity, though. They needed a cultural icon. Right, someone who could bridge generations. And Miss Piggy, she is one of the few characters who connects with Gen X nostalgia and Gen Z's love of irony.
And the actual interaction was. It was so carefully staged.
Every single second of it.
Miss Piggy appears on the huge screen, and she's with Bobo the Bear, who's acting as her security.
And the banter was just perfectly tailored.
Yeah, it immediately tied into Sabrina's own hits.
That scripted dialogue was so crucial. It gave the fans instant validation. You had Miss Piggy, the ultimate diva, making a joke about wanting cocktail weenies instead of a pig in a blanket.
And then telling Sabrina to wash it down with a nice warm cup of espresso.
A direct nod to Carpenter's biggest single. It just seamlessly fused classic Muppet humor with her very current brand.
But this is where the real corporate genius comes in. The execution of the arrest. When Sabrina comes out with her fuzzy pink handcuffs, Bobo the Bear steps in front of Piggy.
He stops her. And then he pulls out his own set of cuffs and escorts Miss Piggy away.
It just looked like a funny little twist on the bit.
It was so much more than that. I think we can call it the Bobo Protocol. It was absolutely essential for protecting the integrity of the IP.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Disney had a really delicate balance to strike here. They wanted all the viral heat from Sabrina, the younger star.
Of course.
But they could not, under any circumstances, let Miss Piggy, a global icon who anchors a billion-dollar franchise, look like she was being subdued or diminished by a new pop star.
I see. So if Bobo hadn't stepped in, what would have been the risk?
The risk was alienating the core Muppet fans. They're incredibly protective of these characters.
Right.
If Sabrina had actually cuffed Miss Piggy, it would have made the Muppets look, well, subservient to a Gen Z narrative. Bobo intervening showed that Miss Piggy was still in control. She left on her own terms.
She maintained her diva status.
Precisely. She was still the one in charge.
And the fans, this is the crucial part. They completely bought into it. The clips went, nuclear.
And what was so interesting was that nobody found it random. They called it organic.
Yeah, they were already comparing Sabrina's whole stage persona, that glamorous, high femme, kind of provocative style, to a modern Miss Piggy sexy vibe.
And that's the marketing jackpot right there. The audience had already made the connection for them.
The groundwork was already laid.
Totally. Think about it. Miss Piggy's character is all about over-the-top glamour, demanding control, and a sharp sense of humor. Carpenter's persona in this era, it mirrors that perfectly. The synergy just worked.
So you might think this was just a great joke to end a tour. But it was the launch vehicle for a project years in the making. And wait till you hear which Emmy-winning comedy legend is bringing the Muppets back. If you're loving these Hollywood twists, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead.
Okay, so now we get into why Disney needed such a huge viral launch. We have to look at the history of the Muppets IP since Disney bought it back in 2004.
It's been a struggle for them, hasn't it, to keep the momentum going?
A persistent struggle, yeah.
I mean, we saw that flash of brilliance with the 2011 movie The Muppets. That was genuinely great.
Critically acclaimed, but the sequel didn't quite land, and then their TV attempts just hit a wall.
Right, there was the ABC sitcom in 2016, the mockumentary thing. That didn't work.
And even more recently, the Muppets Mayhem on Disney Plus Teen, that was canceled after just one season.
So the problem is consistency. They need a sustainable, multi-season hit to really make that IP work for them.
Which is why this 2026 special is not just a special, it is a very, very high-stakes gamble.
It's a backdoor pilot.
Correct. For anyone who doesn't know, a backdoor pilot isn't just a test episode. It's produced with the budget and scale of a huge event.
So they're judging it based on immediate impact.
Immediate viewership, cultural footprint, everything. If this 50th anniversary special hits, it guarantees a full series order. The stakes are massive.
So to give it the best possible shot, they've brought in an absolute powerhouse team. And it starts with Seth Rogen.
Which is such an inspired, if a little unconventional, choice.
Yeah.
Rogen and his company, Point Grey Pictures, are executive producing. And this is Disney investing in, critical acclaim. Rogen just won 13 Emmys for his show, The Studio.
His whole comedic brand is that perfect mix of smart, satirical, but with a lot of heart, which is kind of the Muppet formula.
Exactly. And he's proven he can modernize a legacy IP without losing its soul. I mean, look at what he did with TMNT, Mutant Mayhem.
He provides that smart adult comedy foundation. But then the real masterstroke is pairing him with Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes. And she's not just the guest star. Critically, she's listed as a co-executive producer.
That's a huge deal. A co-EP credit for a star her age means Disney is trusting her to bring the actual voice of her Gen Z audience right into the production.
That's the whole strategy right there, the generational bridge.
Rogen for the Gen X and millennial fans who grew up with the originals.
And Carpenter as the essential link to Gen Z. That ensures the show feels culturally current and, as we saw, aggressively viral.
Which is what previous Muppet projects were missing. They relied too much on nostalgia.
Exactly, but they also have, their authenticity guardrails in place.
Right, for the legacy fans.
Hmm.
We know that veteran Muppeteers like Dave Goelz, who originated Gonzo, are coming back.
You need that blend. You need the institutional knowledge of Goals to keep the characters true, but you need the modern instincts of Rogen and Carpenter to make it sell. It's a very high-risk, high-reward strategy.
Speaking of corporate strategy, you won't believe the massive Disney controversy that this Muppets announcement was strategically timed to distract from. Stay tuned.
So, if we look at the bigger picture, the timing of this very positive, very feel-good Muppets announcement, it really needs to be seen through a more critical lens.
Okay, you're talking about the fact that it landed right in the middle of a major controversy for the parent company.
Exactly. Around that same time, ABC and Disney suddenly pulled Jimmy Kimmel Live from the schedule.
Right, after he made those public remarks about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
It was a huge media storm.
A massive storm. And given how politically charged that whole situation was, a lot of viewers immediately got suspicious.
They saw a connection.
They saw a connection. People online were arguing that Disney was using the Muppets, this universally beloved property, as a PR shield.
Like deploying a happy, nostalgic announcement to kind of dilute the backlash from the Kimmel situation.
To distract from the whole thing. And that puts incredible pressure on the project itself.
Because now the audience is already looking at it with a bit of cynicism. They're seeing it as corporate damage control, not just a creative project.
It has to be flawless now. It can't just be good. It has to be undeniable. It needs to generate its own creative momentum to overcome that perception.
The great thing about that viral arrest, though, is that it didn't just give them press. It basically gave them a free focus group for the plot.
Oh, totally. The main creative takeaway that fans are now demanding is conflict.
Yes. They immediately started pitching storylines. They want to see a full-on Sabrina versus Miss Piggy rivalry in the special.
Capitalizing on that high-drama diva clash energy.
And creatively, that is exactly what a variety show needs. The classic Muppet Show was built on backstage chaos and clashing egos.
Pitting the established diva, Piggy, against the new ascendant diva, Sabrina, I mean, that's instant comedic gold. The story writes itself.
And the Muppet universe isn't just stopping with this show. The cultural heat around Miss Piggy is leading to some other huge projects.
Yeah, we have to talk about her standalone movie.
This is huge. Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone are producing a new feminist-focused Miss Piggy feature film.
With a script by the brilliant Cole Escola, I mean, that is a massive vote of confidence in her as a character.
Lawrence even said the idea came from realizing there's never been a feature film that was really about Miss Piggy's own story, independent of Kermit.
It proves Hollywood sees her as a character who can carry a prestige project all on her own.
And finally, all of this success is critical for the Muppets' future in the theme parks, right?
Absolutely. The parks require huge long-term investments. So making the brand more relevant to younger people, the ones Carpenter and Rogen bring in, that directly increases the chance of seeing more Muppets in Disney World.
Like the new rock and roller coaster they announced, or maybe even a Muppet Vision 3D revival. The whole brand gets a lift.
It validates the global investment.
So what does this all mean for you, the well-informed observer? Well, we just watched a perfectly executed marketing campaign, one that used the peak cultural moment of a pop superstar to breathe new, viral life into a beloved, but, let's face it, struggling franchise.
And the stakes could not be higher.
The entire future of the Muppets on television really rests on this 2026 special. Thank you for diving deep into the sources with us today.
You've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.
So here's the final thought. The original Muppet Show was a truly groundbreaking variety series almost 50 years ago.
And right now, the entire late night and variety show format is in total upheaval. I mean, we just saw the dramatic cancellation of a major late night show. The whole model is in question.
Which raises a really important question. Could the combination of Seth Rogen's modern satirical comedy and Miss Piggy's timeless diva energy, could that actually be the team that reinvents the variety show for the streaming age?
That's the billion-dollar question, and that's the challenge they're facing.